Hello Plymouth Live. Just going to wait for some people to jump on before I tell you where I am. Although you probably already know from the title. Just making sure. Let me know if you can hear me and if you can see me okay. Perfect, so I am here at, I'm just dodging some people. I'm here at Dartmoor Zoo today in Plymouth, on Dartmoor obviously. And we are finding out from the zookeepers today how the animals keep cool in the heat throughout the summer. We've already seen some meerkats today, and we're going to go speak to some zookeepers in a second to find out what else they can do. Hello.
Hello.
You can just introduce yourself and tell us what's going on today.
So my name's Ella, I'm one of the keepers here.
And I'm Rebecca, I'm also a keeper.
And this is our lovely chinchilla, our jaguar. So he is about 7 years old. And at the moment he's got a lovely blood bug that he's looking at the moment. What we're doing is we're going to be throwing over some, they're made from, we've got a little bit of blood in there and then topped it with some water. And we're going to throw it in, hopefully make it nice and cool. Yeah.
Perfect.
So all of our cats actually suffer in the heat sometimes, especially this week with it reaching top 20s. So we will kind of do this for most of our cats, especially Dragon or Amur Tiger. He suffers quite a bit. So doing things like attaching it to his favourite toy keg, chucking it in the moat for him. He'll then swim to it. He really gets a nice little bath. Cheetahs as well. Cheetahs really enjoying a nice little blood bag.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've got our lions as well. They love a little ice bag. I mean, most of the big cats, it's a nice way to give them a nice ice cream, if you like. It's their version of their ice cream. At the moment we've got lots of blood bags to give out today, so we'll be going around the zoo, won't we?
Yeah.
But we are expecting another big cat, which we might need to look after a little bit more in the heat, which is our new Ulmer leopard. Who's expected hopefully towards the end of the year, isn't he? And we're actually fundraising for him, so we can make him a nice home with a nice waterfall and a nice cool feature for him. So yeah, you'll have to come to the zoo and have a look at all our big cats, won't they?
Yeah.
And if people did want to help out, how can they do that?
There's a GoFundMe page, so if you pop onto any of our social media sites, you'll find a link to it, or you can probably on our website, it'll be on there.
Yeah.
I think we've reached 20% so far.
20% so
Amazing.
far.
So we're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
It's just the last finishing touches now.
Yeah. And we've got lots of other animals at the zoo, haven't we? So
Yeah.
we've got wolves, we've got a few little monkeys
Who love a lolly ice.
who love the lolly ice. We've got lots of birds, we've got some parrots, and some owls and things like that. So there's a lot to keep busy. I'm going to wander around the zoo.
So someone's asking, did you say it was blood and water? Is it like a big ice block?
Yeah, so it's made in what used to live in it.
Like a Tupperware.
Yeah, like our ice cream tubs.
Okay, yeah.
We recycle as much as we can here, so we make it in a big tub. We got an empty tub over there, so we fill it up with blood from our meat room, so it's fresh. So yeah, we fill it up and then we freeze it, and then we top it up with water on the top there, so that it's a nice cold thing for them to have.
amazing.
The things like primates, we obviously wouldn't put blood in there, so we can put fruit. Fruit would be a treat because that is quite low in their diet. We don't want too many sugars. We can put veg in it as well. So I think we've got some peas and sweet corn for our small primates today that they
Some
quite
frozen
enjoy.
carrots for the gelada.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw the meerkats earlier enjoying some of the frozen
Yeah.
sweet corn and peas.
Yeah, frozen sweet corn and peas. You know, can't go wrong really.
And what were the otters?
The otters had frozen crayfish in a big block.
Nice.
And then just a block of ice. You know, it doesn't have to be fancy with our frozen ice cubes. Just something to cool them down. The tiger had an ice bath the other day, didn't he?
Yeah.
Had some
Oh,
ice
wow,
blocks
that's
in it.
great.
He's got a little, I mean, I'll say a bath. It's like a swimming pool, isn't it? So,
It's small for him, big for us.
yeah, but he liked that. So, what else do we? Okay, what else we do? We do like frozen. We can freeze like paper and things like that, so it's a bit colder. Like, oh, sorry, we've got just got one over with our raccoon dogs. Have they come out?
But,
Yeah. If you want to see.
shall we
our
have a
raccoon
look?
dogs. So our two little raccoon dogs, these are actually two brothers called Kato and Simon. Oh, there he is, he's on his way.
Oh,
He's on his way. So they've got very poor eyesight, and in fact Simon's actually blind.
Aw.
So he has to use his little noggin to find his way around. And here he comes. This is Kato. Kato? Yes.
And do they need to stay cool as well?
Yeah, I mean in the winter
They've
they
got a
have a
huge
massive winter
coat.
coat. They're about 3 times the size of that in the
Yeah.
summer. If you zoom out, that's their winter coat there. Ta-da!
This is what they looked like before.
Yeah, and then they take off their big winter coat, and they look like that.
Aw.
So yeah, they do struggle in the heat a little bit, but they're a nocturnal species predominantly, so they obviously wouldn't be out in the bright heat of the day.
Yeah.
It's why they struggle to a bit more nocturnal eyesight. But these guys have got a bit of blood work and some strawberries in there as well.
Oh, okay.
So mix it up a bit for the omnivores. And then they come back.
Can we see him yet?
I mean, you say that he might just be right there. He completely disappears in here. He could be sat right here and you wouldn't see him.
Really?
So he's a completely silent predator. So he'd sneak up on you, which is what he would do in the wild. He'd
Yeah.
sneak up and eat you.
You know he'd be good as well.
Yeah. So if anyone watching has got any questions for the zookeepers, do send them in and we will try and answer them best we can.
Well, there are two. There's one is.
So how important is it to keep all the animals cool during the hot weather?
Oh, so important. I mean, a lot of our, obviously, as humans, we sweat when we're hot. We've got a very good way of cooling ourselves down. We can go have a drink of water, we can go for a swim or whatever. But a lot of our big cats and things like that, they've got big coats that they can't sweat and they have to pant, so they do get visibly very hot. And yeah, here it does get quite warm, doesn't it? And very suddenly, the breeze. So we do have to be very careful. And we need to go around the back of this lady.
I mean, even if you think of things like tapir, they love a swim. They're more active dusk and dawn, but they will quite happily have a little munch on ice as well. They love their fruit, so giving them lots of frozen fruits is really great. And sprinkle the hose pipe.
Oh, Pete, our ostrich, he loves a hose shower. He had one yesterday.
That's why he was hanging around this morning.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, he was like, thank you for my hose shower. Yeah, a lot of them. So, who else have got like it's the meerkats that you saw earlier.
Yeah.
They are their own worst enemies because they will sunbathe in the heat, but they get too hot, and then they
Like a
look
lot of
like
humans.
They regret their decision.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they literally flat out like a pancake.
Yeah,
Just to lose the heat.
they put their belly to the sun and away they go when they're fast asleep. So they can nearly cook themselves. But say they've got plenty of areas that they can go and cool down. A lot of the animals love a sunbathe. Yeah. Our great horned owl, he loves to have a sunbathe.
Oh, really?
He'll lie on the floor with his wings out, look like a flat potato. Our tapirs struggle a bit, don't they?
Yeah,
We're going to give them some applebergs later. They are from South America, so they do live in the heat, but they live in very covered areas, lots of trees, lots of shade.
Yeah.
So they do tend to struggle a little bit with just the hotness of.
And the animals being here, they're not used to this heat like the rest
No,
of
they've
us.
definitely acclimatised to our local temperatures.
Yeah.
So even if they ain't in the wild, the temperatures would be higher. Also, if you put them in our kind of climate, they have to acclimatise to our weather, and then all of a sudden to get this peak in heat is very different for them. So
Yeah.
you have to help them a little bit along the way.
Yeah, and everyone knows in living in England, it's all very sudden.
It's temperamental.
Yeah, it's temperamental.
We don't know how to
Tomorrow
cope,
can
do
have
we?
rain. So yeah,
So we've had another question in. Someone wants to know what both of your favourite animals are here.
do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Oh, should we guess each other's?
Oh no, because mine's easy.
You don't mind. Yeah.
I don't think I do.
You do. They got 4 legs.
I would totally got it wrong. Then.
Oh, you do. Yeah, you do know.
Okay.
Right. Hers are the zebra, the stripy ones. I mean, you have a lot of work with horses, haven't you?
Yeah.
So I mean, it's kind of a
Similar.
given, really. Yeah. But we've got 3 zebras, and they are all boys, and they are absolutely beautiful. They're very well behaved for a zebra.
They only are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's Rebecca's.
And yours are the wolves.
Yeah, mine are wolves.
Yeah, of course you are. Ella is notorious for having an opinion on wolves. Any kind of wolf, really. So when she turned up here, it was a given that she was going to enjoy our wolves.
Oh, I love him. We've got 2 Andorians.
Yeah.
Can spot him now.
Oh.
Here he is.
He's just gone back to his blood bag that we threw in earlier. He's finally realised he's not going to get anything else. He needs to have his area. He's beautiful, isn't he?
So Chincha, he's got a lovely coat. I think he's probably my favourite
He's
coat of all the
gorgeous.
cats that we've got here. And if you look kind of closely, they've got rosettes rather than spots.
Okay.
So they've got a ring around, and then a lot of the bigger ones have got a spot in the middle of the big spot. So that's how you can tell it's a jaguar, not a leopard.
Okay.
And I love his tail.
And where did he come from?
So these guys are from South America. They'll predate on things like our tapirs, obviously not here, and like capybaras and things like that. But they are opportunistic, so they'll eat anything that they can find. And there's a little branch, so where the trees are at the top, there's a little branch up there that he loves to sit on, and that's where he would sit in the wild. He'd sit up really high,
Yeah.
and then he'd pounce on from above, and that's his method. If we get a look at his face, you can see just how big his jaws are.
Yeah, he was really close down to us
Yeah.
earlier. He was really big. Does he know his name?
As much as our dogs at home would respond to a name, whether he knows it as that is what his name is, it's more like he knows that he knows the sound is a nice sound. You know, we'll say hello, Chincha, and he'll respond to that.
And did you name him, or did he already have that
He
name?
had his name, yeah. He came from Belgium. Oh yeah, I got it right. So his mum was a wild caught jaguar. So unfortunately she was protected from the illegal pet trade when she was a baby. So she was taken into captivity because she couldn't be released in the wild. So her mum was hand raised in captivity.
Wow.
So it actually means Chincha is actually a really important cat because his bloodline is really fresh. So, you know, in a few years we may pimp him out and, you know, he could, I don't know if that's appropriate. So we get him a girlfriend, or he'll be sent away to another female.
Yeah.
So he can have some cubs in captivity.
Ah.
Obviously all big cats need protection in some way or another. So it'd be really cool if he could be a dad.
Aw.
But he's still quite young at the moment.
Yeah. He seems to be enjoying that at the moment.
He loves it. Not a different. Look
got little lipstick
face. Yummy, yummy. So you can see his lovely big powerful jaws there.
Yeah.
And he's relatively relaxed in here because he's got lots of hiding places, so he
Yeah.
can just sit and watch you. We get a lot of people saying that they can't see the jaguar, and we'll come up here to try and help them out. And like I say, he'll be right here, or he'll
Yeah.
be sat looking at you.
And they just didn't notice.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm watching for hours.
So we've had somebody else asking, it's meant to be getting even warmer this weekend. Have you got any plans to keep them cool over the weekend? Just more of what you're doing?
Pretty
Yeah,
much,
we'll
yeah.
carry on,
We
yeah.
started it as soon as the temperatures peaked up, so
Yeah.
it's a non-stop kind of thing. We will prep things on a daily basis so that they're ready for the following day. And then it's just monitoring their actual houses as well, because obviously their houses can get warm. So your big cat houses will have heat lamps in for over the winter, but they will have to be turned off in the summer.
Oh, okay.
So it's more
They are
convenient
lovely and
for
cool,
them.
actually, some of them. They're
Yeah.
much cooler than outside.
Yeah.
They're obviously nice brickwork. Yeah, brickwork up there. And they've got, a lot of them have got a cool spot on the cool rocks in there. But yeah, we do a lot of enrichment for our animals here, and we try and mix it up a bit. So he'll have bloodbergs today, but he may have something very different for tomorrow and the next few days. So we've got all sorts of things in our freezer for our cats. So like the lions, they've got tails today.
Yeah.
So just a tail. It's an enrichment, you know. There's not much on a tail, but you know, it's cool enough if we get it straight from the freezer. Same with the hooves.
Yeah. Fish, frozen fish.
Yeah,
for Dad,
frozen fish. They're favourite for quite a lot of things, aren't they? So we'll try and encourage swimming. So like with Dragon today, we got him in the pool with his keg. Yeah, it's like beer keg. Yeah, we just keep going. The raccoon dogs that you saw earlier, they love a bath.
Yeah.
That's Alex's favourite thing to do, isn't it? They can have a bath. Yeah, as much variety as we can possibly get for them. So you can send in some suggestions if you like.
Yeah.
We always like new suggestions.
Yeah, get
for
creative. What do you
things.
think would be
Yeah.
good to keep the animals cool? Let us
Yeah.
know.
Everyone can think of something different. I think of something different to you.
Yeah, because we always have the same kind of imagination, so we think of the same thing pretty much all the time.
Yeah.
Although we try and rotate, it's nice when you get a fresh mind coming
Yeah.
in. Like, a lot of our volunteers will come in and have these ideas, and we go,
Yeah.
oh, didn't think of that
And then
one."
it's just on trial and error, I guess.
Yeah.
See what they like.
Yeah, and then we end up having our favourite things. But we rotate with all the animals, don't we?
Yeah.
So we're not on the same thing every day.
Yeah.
So, like yesterday, I was on zebra. Where were you? South America?
South Africa.
Yeah. So, where are you today?
Zebra?
Oh, zebra. We swapped. So yeah, we try and actually mix it up a bit with keepers, so that you know, even if we use the same things, they're not getting the same things every day.
Yeah.
So we know it works, and
It'd be
yeah,
the same
we enjoy
idea
it.
if you was to give a child the same toy every day. At some point, they're no longer going to want to play with that toy because it's boring. So giving them something different just keeps that excitement, and
Yeah.
keeping their favourite thing away for a couple of days keeps it their favourite thing, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Any suggestions from our? Yeah.
Not yet, no. But someone can see the cheetah apparently.
Oh, yeah. I hope not. I mean, I don't know where Tinty's gone. But,
Amazing. Well, thank you for talking to us and explaining everything. And hopefully everyone's learned a lot today.
yeah, come visit our zoo.
Yeah. Right, bye guys.
Bye.
So that was the zookeepers talking to us at Dartmoor Zoo to let us know how the animals are keeping cool in the heat, because like the rest of us, we're not used to the heat and neither are they. I think someone asked that they're used to warmer climates anyway, but because they've been over here for such a long time, they've climatised to our climate, which is why it's still a bit of a shock to their system as well. But now we know. So if you're just joining now, go back and you can find out, back to the beginning, and you can find out all about how Dartmoor Zoo zookeepers are keeping all the animals cool in our nice bit of summer. So thank you all for watching. Goodbye.